Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here, and we are on Nessus for Zerde. It is September 3rd. We are up here in the Watcher's Grave, and you guys will see I'm up here in the little tree fort. Let's see what he's got. You know this will take a little longer. We've got a little more to discuss. All right, so first thing we're going to go through the exotics, then we'll go through the legendary weapons, and then we'll see if there's any good rolls on the legendary armor. So quick reminder as well, if you don't have all the exotics, you're missing some old stuff, and you got a good amount of shards sitting around, make sure you buy the exotic engram. It'll help you complete your collection, or if you have everything, it'll also help you get, possibly a good roll on something you've already got. So here we go. First thing we've got is Hard Light. If you don't own this weapon already, you should just buy it, mostly because, one, barrier weapons only are auto rifles this season, and two, this is a great auto rifle to manage basically any type of shield that's going to come at you. Rounds fired from this weapon have reduced damage fall-off, so the range is going to be better, over-penetrate targets, and ricochet off surfaces. Projectile damage increases after a bounce. So weirdly, if you shoot at the floor in front of an enemy, you're going to do more damage. I know it's weird, but it technically works. The other thing that's really cool is the fundamentals. All you basically have to do is press and hold reload button, whatever platform you're on, for like a half a second. And if you press and hold it instead of like tap it, you'll actually switch the damage type that you're firing. So you can go between arc, solar, and void. You cannot fire stasis, as this is an energy weapon. We know stasis weapons are now in kinetic slot. We'll see how that all pans out. But arc, solar, and void shields, you can manage them all with one weapon. And barrier weapons are auto rifles this entire season for like 6 months. So if you don't have this weapon, please buy it. It has quite a lot of uses this season. And overall, it's just, nice to use if you have to deal with a bunch of different shield types. So buy this thing if you don't own it, please. For the hunters, we've got Graviton Forfeit. Vanishing Shadow increases the duration of any invisibility effects. While you are invisible, your melee recharges faster, your weapons reload faster, and your recovery is greatly increased. So if you like going invisible, you like being Blade Dancer, or not Blade Dancer, I'm sorry, the Void version of that, which I'm probably forgetting off the top of my head, you can definitely have some fun with this one. Overall, if you like invisibility effects, and especially like, skipping certain things in Grandmaster Nightfalls that I know people do, this definitely has some benefits. So utility exotic, if nothing else, make sure you have at least one of these in your collection. This one has 66 total stats. Now, strength and mobility are fairly low. You've got resilience and intellect fairly high. The intellect being high is a good thing. Unfortunately, discipline being low, strength not even being 10, recovery being 7. A lot of stats are wasted on resilience on this one, mostly because hunters are not getting as much out of resilience. You need some in PvP, but especially if you're using this for PvE especially, this one unfortunately is kind of a wasted roll with 20 in there. 66 can be high, but I mean, you're wasting 16 stats, so may as well have 50 on some of this. So overall, if you don't have this one, it's still a good one to have functionally to use. But overall, the stat roll, even though the total is high, it's not really helping that much, especially for hunters. For the Titans, we've got the Peregrine Greaves. All shoulder charge abilities, Seismic Strike, Hammer Strike, and Shield Bash, deal bonus damage when activated in the air. I always thought this was kind of a weirdly specific exotic, because I've never used it. I've never found a point where I thought this thing was going to be extremely beneficial, because I have to be in the air with a shoulder charge to do more damage. Now, you might jump at a boss and do a shoulder charge, but is it going to be enough to really make a difference versus most other exotics, which you can use at least some more benefit out of? Personally, this one's only okay. I mean, a 62 stat roll is okay. Strength, as this is a melee-based ability, at least is at 11. You've got 10 mobility, 7 resilience, 16 recovery, 16 discipline. It's okay, but I mean, unless this one specifically has a crap ton of strength and also solid resilience for a Titan, this thing is a mediocre exotic personally, unless you guys can tell me there's a reason that I'm not thinking about this one. And also the stat distribution is only okay. So if you don't have this one, you can at least, complete your collection by buying it for cheap since Zer has it. But if you've already got it, you're probably good to go. For the Warlocks, we've got the Contraverse Hold. Chaotic Exchanger is the perk. Resist incoming damage while charging your Void Grenade with Chaos Accelerant, Feed the Void, or Handheld Supernova. Charged Void Grenades return a random amount of grenade energy on hit, and honestly, I think if some of these hit enough, you might get most of your grenade energy back. It is a total of 64, which isn't bad, and you've actually got double digits in discipline, as this is a grenade exotic. That's at least a step in the right direction. 19 in mobility, I don't know if that's completely necessary. Might like to see, 19 in recovery instead, since Warlocks definitely need that. Resilience is a little bit high, and intellect is also low. So again, the totals on these stats on most of these is actually not bad, but also, unfortunately, the distribution is not the greatest. I mean, this one at least is 14 discipline. It's a grenade exotic. That could be worse. But I mean, recovery is like the Warlock stat, and you have 4. So again, all of this could be better. Now we're going to go through the legendary weapons, see if there's anything that stands out in here. So we've got Dire Promise, Triple Tap, and Under Pressure. This would probably be something more along the lines Light Mags, Sure Shot. It's not a terrible weapon. I would probably guess, though, that this is only okay. Under Pressure is not bad for a little extra damage. Triple Tap might kind of work, but again, this is nothing that you're probably going to write home about. Gnawing Hunger, Subsistence, and Demolicious. Now, this isn't going to be a bad one, I'll be completely honest. I enjoy my Subsistence, Gnawing Hunger generally. Demolicious isn't bad if you have a grenade build as well. You've got Full Bore, you've got Fluted Barrel. Gonna have some range out of this one if you want. Be giving up some stability, some handling. But overall, Gnawing Hunger is just a solid auto rifle, and Subsistence Demolitionist, I've definitely seen worse. So if you're looking for a reasonable one of these, definitely might consider that one. Cold Denial, Feeding Frenzy, and Head Seeker with high caliber rounds and Full Bore. You're gonna have range for days on this one. Rapid Kill. Each Rapid Kill with this weapon progressively increases reload. So you got Feeding Frenzy and Head Seeker. Going to be working fairly well, potentially putting these two together. Not a bad combination. No damage perk like Rampage or Outlaw, or like Rampage or anything else for damage bonus. But overall, lots of range on this one. You could probably mess with some people in PvP. Have a little fun with this one, I would think. Distant Stimulus. You've got Quick Draw, Lead from Gold. Not really a perk I've ever found a whole lot of use out of personally. Appended Mag, Flared Mag. You've got, Hammer Forged Rifling. You've got Full Bore. Overall, if somebody really enjoys this type of sniper, cool, but I don't think this one's doing anything for me. Wishbringer, Field Prep. At least Field Prep has a function on energy weapons. I see Field Prep on kinetic weapons as their infinite ammo. Not really a huge thing for me anymore. You've got Barreled Shroud, you've got Light Mag, Field Prep, Rampage. Got a range masterwork, but again, this is nothing that's going to be extremely rangy. It is rapid fire, so now the range on rapid fires is going to be much shorter, so keep that in mind. Overall, I don't think these two perks are going to be doing a ton. I know when you're faster reload, stow, and ready when you're crouching. If you're sliding, that kind of counts. But I don't think this one's going to be, an extremely exciting weapon here. Maybe in PvE if you're just pumping out damage with a shotgun and field prep, and could be decent. But overall, I don't think that one's too exciting. 7th Seraph Saw. Zen Moment, always kind of a subtle perk. Little reload speed or armor-piercing rounds, Fluted Barrel. Elemental Capacitor, I mean, depending on what loadout, you might actually get some benefits out of this one, but overall, nothing exciting there, in my opinion. Now, this is actually a Gambit weapon. Now, the only reason I'm probably going to tell you to buy this one, because it's actually not the worst perks I've seen, generally. It's not amazing either, but it's not the worst. But this is a weapon that you just may have a hard time coming by, and if you need a solar fusion rifle for basically anything you're going for with the new builds and the mods, everything related to fusion rifles kind of hits pretty hard. This probably isn't the best solar fusion rifle, but if you just need a solar fusion rifle and you look through your vault and you don't have one, this can be beneficial to, add to your collection. At least hey, I need a solar fusion rifle for, say, unstoppable enemies on this thing. At least you have one. So there's a benefit to that. Quick draw, tap the trigger when you do, pull it out to get that unstoppable champion that's coming at you. Actually going to work. Now we're going to go through the sets of armor. I'm going to start on the Titan and see if the other two have any good rolls. 60, not horrible, very high in strength. 48, wow, that's terrible. I really wish they wouldn't even sell these because they're not doing anything. 62, very low recovery, but kind of reasonable in everything else. I just wish there was more recovery there. And boots at 58, and if you got a discipline build. Yeah, Titans, not a whole lot exciting there. All right, for the Warlock, we've got, wow, okay, a bunch of mobility. If you're looking for mobility for some gauntlets, here you go. Total of 63. 48 woof, 59, 55, yep. Really high mobility gauntlets for the Warlock, and that's about it. And finally, for the Hunters, we've got, wow, 62. I mean, if honestly the resilience was where the mobility was, I'd just say buy it now, but still decent recovery, decent discipline. Intellect, if you masterwork this swing, would still be double digits. Not too shabby there. 48, again, ouch. 60, whoa, okay, buy that helmet. Xur is freaking out right now. What is happening? Well, I think he just had a glitch in the Matrix, but that's fine. Damn. Yeah, buy that helmet, because 63 with high recovery, high intellect alone. Hunters win, and Xur is losing his mind. What is happening? Oh, that's funny. And 64. Even better. All right, yeah, I'm taking a couple screenshots of these because I'm going to tweet them out as well. But Hunters win once again. I mean, you got a decent roll here with 66. I mean, it's high resilience. You need some of that. But, I mean, these two alone, you could start building a set out of these. And remember, you can come in here if you want a different set, switch it over to Solar, Void, or even Stasis if you're building a Stasis set. Yeah, a couple solid pieces again for Hunters this week. Weapons not too exciting. Definitely buy Hard Light, but overall, Hunters I think still win the armor 2 for 2 this time. That does wrap it up for Xur. I know these are a little longer, but there's a bit more to cover. If you guys have any of these legendary roles that you do like, comment below. Let me know if there's like a perk that I didn't see or, you know, forgot what to think about it. If you guys do enjoy the content from me, I am putting out a lot of guides. We'll be doing some other stuff as well later, so hit that subscribe button, hit that alert bell. That'll keep my content coming to you. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Also, if you want to support me directly, you guys can do that by hitting that join button. Got some of you guys coming in here. Thank you very much for that support. Definitely want to shout you guys out. You can also find me over on Twitter at Ebontis and sometimes streaming on Twitch, but also sometimes streaming right here on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.